We will learn in this video how the speed of DC motors can be controlled using PWM signals. There are multiple ways to control the speed of DC motor. The most widely and simple technique used to control DC motor speed is pulse width modulation. This technique regulates the voltage across the motor terminals. PWM signals are provided to the inputs of the L298N driver board. I have explained its working principles in part 1 of this video. You can find the link in this video's description. PWM signals can be defined by two terms. First, by its frequency, and second, by its duty cycle. PWM signals actually control the switching on and off time of power supply provided to the connected load. Depending on this switching time, power provided to the load can be regulated. The frequency of PWM signals define how quickly or slowly switching on and off of power supply to the load shall happen. Duty cycle of PWM signals define within one cycle of signal frequency how long should power supply remain switched on and off. If frequency is considerable high, then switching on and off effect of PWM signals cannot be seen. Let's see next how duty cycle of PWM signals have effect on average voltage provided to the DC motor or any load connected to the driver board. To analyze this concept graphically, I'm going to use frequency of PWM signal of 1 Hz. Well, that means time period of this signal will be 1 second. I will be considering a power supply of 12 volt and we will see 4 different duty cycles of PWM signals along with their effect on average voltage output. Taking in considerations of these PWM signal configurations, let's start with first case where PWM duty cycle is equal to 25%. In this figure, we see that a certain signal sequence repeats itself after a certain amount of time. For each cycle, there is T on and T off present. Both of these values can be assigned between 0% and 100% time of each cycle. T on is the time where power supply is switched on to DC motor, and T off is the time where power supply is switched off to DC motor. For that reason, T on is equal to the duty cycle of PWM signal. In this example, I am using DC motors as a load. If we see in the left box of this figure, we conclude that with 25% of duty cycle and 12 volt power supply, the average or regulated output voltage of driver boards will be 3 volt. In the second case where we have 50% of duty cycle with 12 volt power supply, it results into 6 volt regulated output voltage. In the third case, having 75% of duty cycle with 12 volt power supply results into 9 volt regulated output voltage. In the last case, where 100% duty cycle is provided to the driver board, is not different than connecting directly power supply to the DC motors. Because in this case, T on is equal to 100% and T off is equal to 0%. Let me show you the DC motor connections with driver board and Arduino. You have seen this hardware setup at the beginning of this video. The hardware that I am going to prepare a setup will have 4 wheels with 4 DC motors. But driver board has capability to control only 2 DC motors independently. For this reason, I am going to connect one additional motor to each side of driver board. Let me show you how I have prepared the setup with 4 DC motors, driver board and Arduino. Now you can see complete car with 4 wheels and 4 motors. These 2 motors are connected together and the other 2 motors as well. That means the motor on the same side will move together and in the same direction and speed. Just for fun, I have connected an LED to show that this car is ready to move. You might have noticed that there are few open wires connected to the Arduino. To control this card remotely, I need to connect a Bluetooth module. I'm using HC05. You can see it has 4 pins. 2 pins to provide supply to the Bluetooth module and 2 pins to transmit and receive data. The voltage range that can be used in between 3.6 volt to 6 volt. Now connect the supply voltage and data transmission lines of Bluetooth module with Arduino. Remember, if Bluetooth is connected and power on, then Arduino cannot be flashed. Before uploading your sketch to the Arduino, remove supply from the Bluetooth module and only connect it after uploading your sketch to the Arduino. To control this car remotely, I'm going to use an app named Bluetooth RC Car. You can download it from Google Play Store. After the installation, take a look at the controls of this application and write your program according to these characters used in this application. I'm going to prepare code to control car over Bluetooth module. Bluetooth module communicate over the serial communication. For that reason, check always if serial communication is available or not. Only if that is true, check for the Bluetooth data and compare it with the all possibilities that mobile application can transmit. If the transmitted character is found, then set the respective settings of motors on A side and also motors on B side of the car. To provide PWM signals to the H-bridge inputs, you can use Analog Write API in Arduino IDE. In this API, you need to provide the pin number and a factor that can be between 0 and 255. 0 means 0% duty cycle and 255 means 100% duty cycle. Once the control is finished, I'm going to add the switching on and off controls of only LED connected to the car. Program is ready. It's time to compile and upload it to the Arduino. Program is uploaded to the Arduino. Now connect the supply to the Bluetooth module. My car is ready now. Let's give it a try.